The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Commander Vexthor strode to the center platform, his crimson scales glinting under the artificial lights. The Krathian warrior had built his reputation across 17 star systems, collecting scars and stories like other species collected credits. Another human? Vexthor's laugh echoed through the vast hall, a sound like grinding metal. The council sends children to negotiate now? Anna Reeves stood motionless at the opposite end, her standard-issue diplomatic uniform crisp and unremarkable. Beside her, Oliver Chen adjusted his data slate, his expression carefully neutral. They had arrived on Station Gamma 9 with a simple mission: secure mining rights for the Terran colonies in the Outer Reach. What they hadn't expected was Vexthor. "Commander," Anna said evenly, "we're here to discuss the disputed territories. Not trade insults." Vexthor's clawed hand swept dismissively through the air. "I have fought Deathworlders before, little human. Your kind bleeds just like any other." The gallery of assembled alien dignitaries shifted uncomfortably. Everyone knew Earth's classification as a Class 12 death world, a planet so hostile that its dominant species had evolved into something the galaxy found simultaneously fascinating and terrifying. But Vexthor's record spoke for itself. 3 confirmed kills against human opponents in sanctioned combat, dozens more against species from equally harsh worlds. Anna's lips curved into something that wasn't quite a smile. "Not twice." The words hung in the air like a challenge. Oliver glanced at her sharply, recognizing the shift in her posture, the way her weight settled differently on her feet. He'd seen that stance before during their academy days, in the combat rings where humans trained for worst-case scenarios. Vexthor's eyes narrowed. "What did you say?" "I said you've never fought the same Deathworlder twice." Anna took a single step forward. "Your 3 human kills. Check the records, Commander. Novices, fresh recruits on their first off-world assignments. You caught them unprepared, unfamiliar with low-gravity combat." The Krathian warrior's scales rippled, a sign of aggression among his kind. "They died honorably. They died inexperienced," Anna corrected. "There's a difference." Oliver keyed his data slate, projecting holographic files into the chamber. Combat logs from each encounter. Average human reaction time, 250 milliseconds. Your opponent's recorded times, 380, 410, and 425 milliseconds, all significantly slower than baseline. Conclusion: inadequate adaptation to station gravity. "You dare?" Vexthor began. "I dare to present facts," Anna interrupted. "You've built your reputation on asymmetric advantages, fighting opponents in environments that favored your biology, using weapons they hadn't trained against. That's not prowess, Commander. That's preparation." The chamber erupted in whispered conversations. The Council's mediator, a methane-breathing Kleth in an environmental suit, raised a manipulator appendage. "Ambassador Reeves, these accusations aren't accusations," Anna said. "They're observations. Commander Vexthor is a skilled warrior. I don't dispute that. But his experience with humans is limited to very specific circumstances. He's never faced someone who came prepared." Vexthor's roar shook the platform. In one fluid motion he drew his ceremonial blade, 2 meters of folded durasteel that had tasted blood across the galaxy. "Then let us correct that deficiency, human." Oliver tensed, but Anna raised a hand slightly, keeping him in place. She studied the Krathian warrior with the calm assessment of a chess player evaluating the board. "Combat resolution for territorial disputes was outlawed 70 years ago, Commander," she said. "Surely you remember the Accords." "I remember that exceptions can be made," Vexthor hissed. "If both parties consent, or is human courage merely another myth?" The Council mediator's translator crackled with distress. "This is highly irregular, but legal," Anna finished. "If terms are agreed upon." She looked at Oliver. "Pull up Section 47, Subsection 9 of the Station Charter." Oliver's fingers flew across his slate. His expression remained professional, but she caught the slight shake of his head. A warning. She ignored it. "Single combat," Anna read from the projected text. "Non-lethal. Victory by submission or incapacitation. All previous disputes resolved by mutual agreement." "Commander Vexthor, do you accept these terms?" The Krathian's blade lowered slightly. "Non-lethal?" "Unless you're afraid you can't win without killing me," Anna said softly. The challenge struck home. Vexthor's warrior pride couldn't refuse without losing face before the entire council. "I accept." "Excellent," Anna said. She turned to Oliver. Commander Chen, please retrieve equipment package 7 from our shuttle. Oliver's eyes widened fractionally. Ambassador, are you certain? Quite certain. 20 minutes later, the council chamber's center platform had been converted into a combat arena. Vexthor stood ready, his blade replaced with a shock staff approved for non-lethal combat. His scales rippled with confidence. Across from him, Anna stretched methodically, now dressed in the flexible armor of a Terran combat specialist. Any final words, human? Vexthor asked. Anna secured her helmet and her voice emerged through the external speakers with crystalline clarity. You said you fought Deathworlders before, Commander. But here's what you don't understand about humans. She dropped into a combat stance, her movements economical and precise. We don't just survive our world. We study everything that tries to kill us. We adapt, we learn, we remember. Her eyes locked onto his through the helmet's visor. And we never ever make the same mistake twice. The arena timer chimed. Vexthor charged with the speed that had made him legendary, his shock staff aimed for Anna's center mass. But she wasn't there. She'd analyzed his previous combat footage, studied his attack patterns, calculated his reach advantage, and compensated for the station's 0.7 standard gravity. Anna moved like water, flowing around his strikes, forcing him to overextend. Each dodge taught her more about his rhythm. Each feint revealed his tells. Vexthor had fought Deathworlders before. He'd fought humans before, but he'd never fought the same human twice. Anna had. She'd fought herself every day in training, against records of her previous performances. Constantly improving, constantly adapting. That was the human way, not just to survive, but to evolve beyond survival. The match lasted 4 minutes and 37 seconds. When it ended, Vexthor lay on the platform, his shock staff across the arena, Anna's knee on his chest and her training blade at his throat. Yield, she said quietly. The Crethean warrior's eyes held something new. Respect. I yield. As Anna helped him to his feet, another human custom that confused most species, Vexthor spoke loud enough for the entire chamber to hear. The mining rights, he said. Grant them to the humans. The council mediator began to protest, but Vexthor silenced them with a gesture. They have proven their claim through strength and honor. More importantly, they have taught me something today. What's that? Anna asked, removing her helmet. Vexthor's scales shifted to a color that indicated contemplation among his kind. That humans do not merely survive their death world. They master it. And mastery is far more dangerous than survival. As the council chamber erupted in formal proceedings, Oliver approached Anna with a medical scanner and a wry smile. That was reckless, he said. That was necessary, Anna corrected, accepting a hydration pack. Sometimes diplomacy isn't about what you say. It's about what you prove. And what did we prove today? Anna watched Vexthor speaking with other council members, saw how they looked at the Crethean warrior differently now, with more caution, more respect. That humanity doesn't need to be the strongest species in the galaxy, she said. We just need to be the ones who learn the fastest. Oliver nodded slowly. Think he'll challenge another human? Anna's smile returned, genuine this time. Not twice.